Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey, and today these are the bezeled earrings that I will be making using the dollar bead box, along with the dollar bead bag. And if you are interested in the dollar bead box or bag, or like me, you're interested in both, I will have all of the information in the description box below, and I highly encourage you to go check them out. And if you do, you definitely want to use my code. That code is CRAFT2, CRAFT2, and that will get you $2 off your first month in a multi-month subscription. So if you would like to see how these bezeled pyramid earrings came about, then stay tuned. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the tools that I will be using. I have one set of cutters, one set of round nose pliers, one size 10 beading needle, and I will be using 8-pound fireline in the color Smoke, which is this black color. And I always get the 125 yards just because I go through it so quickly. And I want to briefly mention my tool set. It is the Casual Comfort tool set, and as the name suggests, these are the most comfortable tools that I have found. A lot of times, for whatever reason, jewelry making tools tend to be a little bit smaller, and these tools just seem to be made for adult size hands. And you can see the grips are just quite a bit larger, and they are just very comfortable to use. They're very high quality, very well made. I've had these for a very long time now. And I will have these linked down below along with everything else that I use that did not come from the bead box. So here is the earring that I will be making. I already made one of them. You can see here's what it looks like on the back. So we will be making the matching pair to this. So another thing I will have linked below is the opening video for the dollar bead box and dollar bead bag. And it will have a detailed description of all of the beads that came from the box. For my own stash, I will be using an ear wire and a wire guardian, and I will be using this kind of darker peach colored 11-0 seed bead. So as soon as I opened the bead box, I just absolutely loved these pyramid shaped beads. I love that kind of weathered look. I think these are absolutely beautiful. So these pyramid beads are 2 whole beads right here. I've already strung my beading needle. I have about 3 feet of string on here. All right, so I'm just gonna simply start by putting it through the hole on here and pulling it all the way through to the end. And you wanna leave out just enough to make a knot. So I'm gonna start off by having 5 11-0 seed beads, and then one of the 3mm fire polish beads in the center, and then 5 more of the 11-0 seed beads. And I'm just going to go through the same side that I went through originally and pull it through, just like that. And now I'm gonna go back through all of those beads that I just put on there. So however many you can go through at a time, back through the original 5. And then you want it kind of snug, so I'm gonna pull on the tail, pull on the original one, and now I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm gonna go one more time, simple over under knot. A lot of times if I'm tying knots, just to make sure it's snug, I'll hold the tail end with my pliers and just kind of pull it a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna take my cutters and cut that tail off. All right, so now I'm gonna go back through that original hole. And then I'm gonna pick up one 11-0, one 3mm, and then another 11-0. And I'm just gonna go down the second hole, just like that. And now I'm picking up the same thing again, going back through the original hole so you can have that pattern on both sides, just like that. So now you're gonna go through those 3, and then go through the main hole of the pyramid bead, just like that. And I'm gonna pick up that same pattern of the very first one with the 11 O's and that 3mm in the center, 5 11 O's on each side. And I'm coming out of this hole here on the top, and I'm going to go back through that same secondary hole in that pyramid. So now here is the pattern that we have. And now we're going to go back through those 3 at the top. So now we are coming out of that one at the bottom. So we are going to pass through the whole pyramid and pull it through. So now here's what we have. We're coming out of the hole of the pyramid. And here is the pattern that we have. So we have 2 11-0 seed beads, a 3mm, an 11-0 seed bead, a 4mm, an 11-0 seed bead, a 3mm, and 2 11-0 seed beads, just like this. So now coming out of this top one, we are going to go through the main hole of the pyramid once again. So here we go, just like that. And now we're going to go through these 3 at the bottom. Go back through the original hole of the pyramid bead. So same pattern that we had on the other side, and we're going to go through this side and pull it through. So now here is what we have. So now I'm going to go back through those 3 on the end. And I'm currently coming out of the last one of those 3 on the end. And I'm going to go through 2 11-0 seed beads, the 3mm, and 1 11-0 seed bead. So I'm coming out right before that 4mm. From here, I'm going to go through the 3mm in the front row, just like that. Pull a little bit snug, and then I'm going to go back down through the other half of that pattern, just like that. And then pull it kind of snug. Now I'm going to go through the 3 on the other end, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Come out the 11-0 seed bead, go through the 3mm bead on the front row, and then go through the back part of the last row. And pull it snug. There you go, just like that. So now I'm going to go through this 11-0 and through that 3mm, but not through that other side, not through the other 11-0. So I'm coming out that 3mm on the end. So now, instead of going through that second row, I'm going through this front row, but I'm going to go all the way through. Can't make it all through one pass, that's fine. Take as many as you need. So your destination is right here. This is where you want your string to be coming out, where you still have 2 more 11-0s right there left. So you're past that 3mm, you want to go through the next 3 11-0s and have your string coming out right there, just like that. And I'm going to pick up 4 11-0 seed beads, and I'm going to go across to where the first 2 in that next row are, and then I'm going to go into the next 3. Or you can go ahead and go through the 3mm as well, but just make sure you go in where that 2 point is, past the first 2 11-0s. Just like that. And then you're going to go down this side, down those 3. Your thread's going to come out where there's 2 left, and I picked up 4 more, and I'm going in the other side after the first 2, just like that. So now I want to reinforce this center circle and go all the way around again. All right, so now I've been all the way around and it's reinforced. So I am now going to go through to where I'm coming out of one of the 3mm that's in that front circle. So now I'm coming out of the 3mm, and I'm following the same thread path where I'm going into that second row, and I'm going to follow it around until I'm coming out of the 3mm on the back right there. So now I'm coming out of the 3mm right here on this back circle. So now we're going to work on the part that's covering the back of the pyramid. So I have picked up 7 11-0s, and I'm going to go back through that 3mm faceted bead, just like that, and pull it where it's circled up like that. And now I'm going to follow that thread path around until I get to the 4mm, just like that, and do it again. Picked up 7 11-0s, and I'm going to go back through that 4mm, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing at the opposite points. So the same thing right here and the same thing right here. And then we'll meet back up with 7 11-0 seed beads. Now I have the 7 seed beads coming out of each one of the 4 points. And I am coming out of the 4mm here that I just wrapped around. So I'm going to go through one more time, just so I'm coming out of this one to reinforce it just a little. I want it to be a little bit snug. And I'm coming out of the 3mm right here. And now I'm going to flip it over and go up 4 11-0s in this circle, or half circle as it were. So I'm coming out of the top 4 right there. I went through 4 and I'm coming out of 1. And I picked up 2 more 11-0s, and I'm going to go through the center one over here. So I'm going to skip the first 3 and go through that 4th one and kind of tug it where it's, you know, starting to flip to the back. Pick up 2 more, go through the next one. You're going to go through that center one. You're going to skip the first 3. Pick up 2 more, same thing. Just like that, skip the first 3, pick up 2 more, and now you're going to go through that original, like that first one you went through. And now you can kind of manipulate it a little bit, and you can see that pattern as it's supposed to be. And there's going to be kind of a diamond shape in the middle, and we're going to go back through that diamond shape to reinforce it. All right, so there it is. I have now gone back through that diamond shape in the middle. You can see it's a nice, pretty kind of crisscrossy shape in the back. So even the back of this earring looks pretty nice, in my personal opinion. So now both sides are done. We just need to go to the top and make the loop for the ear wire. So now we're coming out of this point right here, and we're going to make our way up to that 4mm. So I'm going back through those 3 11-0s right there. And I'm going to put a knot right here just to kind of secure it off right there. Not a double knot, just kind of single knot. Everything is nice and secure. So now we are going through that 4mm. So we're coming out of that 4mm, and I have picked up 3 11-0s. And I'm going to put it through one end of the wire guardian. Pull it down. I'm going to go through the other end of the wire guardian. You want to make sure the thread lands in that little groove. And picked up 3 more. And I'm going to go back through that 4mm, just like that. So there it is, and we're going to go through one more time, just like that. And now we're coming out of that 4mm, and I'm going to go to the back of it, and I'm going to knot it off one more time. I'm going to go through these 3, put another knot. And you can really knot it off anywhere. I'm going to go through this 11-0 right here, back up here, I'm going to have another knot right here, And I'll go ahead and double it here, and this will be my last point. Right there. So now I'm going to get as close as I can with my cutters. And there it is. All right, so quickly we'll put on the ear wire. And close it back. And here are the earrings that I have made using the dollar bead box. I will set these up on my display so that we can see them better. All right, so here they are, and I have to say, I am super happy with how they came out. I love, love, love that deep purple color of those fire polished faceted beads. I just think they go so well with those pyramid beads. And there you see that design in the back. I think that looks pretty good as well. I really like that diamond shape in the middle. So again, I just think those pyramid beads look so nice. I love that kind of rustic, weathered look. So if you would like to check out the dollar bead box or the dollar bead bag, or like me, you are interested in both, you definitely want to check out my description box below. I will have all the information for you to do that, including my code, and that code is CRAFT2. That code will get you $2 off the first month of a multi-month subscription. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I absolutely love reading my comments. You guys are so kind, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.